to this week's episode of False Nine with Mark Gonzalez on the Kendall Sports Network.
Welcome, everybody. Here to False Nine here on the Kendall Sports Network. We have a tight show today as Mark is frozen in the most awkward position, but we do have a tight show. We got a lot to cover. We have 2 games to analyze. 3. Yes, I'm working on a couple of things in the lab. There should be a new intro as well coming soon. It is a new intro. Thank you, Sean. Tight show. We have 2 games to get to. Real Salt Lake, Colorado Rapids. And then we are previewing the New England Revolution. Inter Miami went on a road trip on the West Coast. They were able to get, thankfully, 6 points. Mr. Mark, we'll start with the game against the reason it's a condensed show. The NFL draft starts at 8 o'clock. We are making sure everybody can get there on time. Mr. Mark, first of all, how are you? Man, myth, legend. Oh, wait, Mr. Mark is frozen. Give me 1 second. There he is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Mark, game versus Colorado Rapids. Tell me.
Oh, wow. Guillermo Oyo's first game in charge, and what a weird lineup he put out. Muda left back, Gonzalo Lujan right back. What we're thinking with that, but let's never do that again. In a game that Colorado really, dominated possession, played the game, took it to us, really made it difficult for us to play out of the back. And it was a frustrating game, honestly, because we kept trying to play the ball towards the right side with Falcon and with Lujan trying to play out and play long ball to Silvetti, and we just lose possession. No one tracked into the middle. Yannick Bright did a couple times where we weren't able to switch the ball to the left. It was just frustrating. And then on the 20th minute mark, Yannick Bright is pressing, call turnover, receives the ball, gets the ball, and is taken down in the box. And not called a penalty on the field. Next stoppage of play, referee takes a look at it with VAR in his ear, and it's deemed a penalty. Messi steps up, Messi takes it. So Inter Miami are up 1-0. But this is a game that I can tell is going to be very, very uneasy, specifically just the way Colorado came out and played. Left winger, Navarro, their striker, was giving fits to Falcon. I thought Falcon played very poorly that game. And I don't know how we were up 2-0 going to the half as we get the second one. Bertaname, who gets his first goal off a header. Silvetti's playing it into the box. Bertaname beats his defender and puts a good header in on frame and goes in. It was a half where easily Colorado could have had 1 or 2 goals, but we'd go up 2-0. And I get the player that had the most trouble that first half, I would say, for Falcon. When he steps up, he really steps up really aggressively into the midfield at times, leaving spaces behind him, and it's not being able to be covered by the outside back because they are so far up with the attacking-minded style that we want to play that they're out of position. So we're going to be very, very careful with that moving forward. But yeah, 2-0 away at Salt Lake, at Colorado. You take it. But like I said, 2-0, I always say it. 2-0 is always the most difficult lead to keep
and
in football.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer. Yeah. And 2-0, a lot of Inter Miami fans are somewhat comfortable, and they're like, okay, the team's playing well. And then I forgot what I got up to do something. I came back and was like, what happened?
Yeah, man. Lucas Harrington, center back for Colorado. He played a fantastic game. Uh, but it all it all comes down to Inter Miami not being able to put away chances, and then at the same time, our high line just absolutely leaves us in the dust at times. One guy gets caught out of position; it's a counterattack. Navarro sends Falcon steps up, leaving Navarro in with Mikael. He gives a body feint, cuts it back onto his right foot, and slots it home, and it's a one goal game now, and that's the risk you take stepping up. Mikael is still probably sliding for a hot dog in the Colorado Rockies with the body feint that he was given. Uh, yeah, it was a matter of time before they scored a game, before they scored a goal. Um, I sensed it. It could have happened in the first half. Um, but this is this team now. You're unable to get 2, 3 goals, another goal when you need it, and the game becomes hairy. Then Darren Yappy, instant problem coming into the game. Uh, Pacey, taking players one on one, especially Lujan, who cannot defend agile, quick players out wide. Um, he finds himself in open space as center backs out of position. The back line's not communicating. Fullbacks way up the pitch. And it's a 2-2 game. And now at with about 65 minutes gone, you're starting to look around. What's going to happen? Who's going to be that player to step up? The Paul really didn't play that well. Hasn't been playing well. Salvetti kind of struggled. Allende was unavailable due to injury. Too early to bring on Suarez. Some would say, but Tarame was in. He was trying to make those runs, hold up play. Messi was here and there, and then at this as the game goes on and legs get tired and space starts to create and there's more open space and Messi finds his time to shine. Uh, he picks up the ball, he drives it down the right flank, cuts it onto his left foot, and puts it past Zach Steffen, top left corner, for a goal. And at that point, after that, it's all hands on deck for Inter Miami, just trying to hold on for this game. It's secure 3 points on the road, and it was a lot tougher than what you would expect. As we see, the story of the match isn't the result, but rather what came with it. Um, Yannick Bright picks up a red card for racial comment that he made towards one of the players for Colorado. Receives a 3-game suspension. I believe they just added a 1 game as well today. So we won't have him for the next three matches, which is tough because David Ayala is out right now with an injury. Hopefully he makes his way back. But yeah, you escape Colorado with 3 points. It's one of those things where you don't know how you got it done, but it got done, and you don't want to know the stats behind it, type of thing. But that game left a lot to be desired from Inter Miami's backline and possession game.
So then we can officially put to bed that theory that, well, they might have been dogging it for Mascherano, and now with this new guy, they're going to come out, shooting, uh, coming out shooting, and playing really, really well. Uh, you saw some of the same struggles that you saw when Mascherano was at the helm.
Just kind of saw the same pattern as a play. Really trying to play out long from the back. It doesn't really work, and we really like to play out of that right side a lot. We love to play out of the right side, and we love to force feed that side. Just switch it long, switch it to the left, and try to play through the middle. Give the opposition something different to look at. But the pressing from Colorado was exceptional. They made it really difficult to do anything. But we can't just keep playing the ball to the
So,
same 3 people and expect something different to happen.
have I don't know. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with hearing you. Question is, with the Yannick Bright suspension, um, one, do you think it was warranted? And two, what do you make of the MLS suspending him an additional game?
It's protocol, I guess, for the MLS. Anything racial, they want to cut down on all that discriminatory stuff. So it's good by them. I have no problem with it. Just keep your mouth shut, bro.
I don't know if we're having technical difficulties. I don't know if it's just me that's having um, difficulties hearing you, or if it's everyone else. Um, but I was unable to catch the response to the Yannick Bright question.
Let me see if I can. That if it's ruled by the MLS, so it's MLS
Okay, so
standard
so
to
it's
do
a me
so.
issue. It's a me issue.
So it's good by them to uphold their standards. I have no problem with the suspension. Uh, it sucks though because he was playing a great game against Colorado, and I thought he would have had a masterclass against Real Salt Lake, but you know we'll miss him for the Revs game, and see what happens after that. After that is Orlando, so getting back for the Derby. As Byron tries to fix his mic here. Man, I just don't want to see Muda ever again. Muda is a really tough player to watch at times, specifically defending anything and going forward. He just really provides nothing. Um, it's and I tweeted it last night. How E.5 is stuck in a doghouse. I'll never understand how he's stuck in a doghouse. Um, I don't know what he has to do to start over these guys. Um, it's shameful that year in year out it's the same story with Ian Frey and having to prove himself when all he does is show that he's the best right back on this squad and that there is no replacement for him. So it is what it is. He's gonna have to stick through it. One point or another, they're gonna call him, and he's gonna start, and it's gonna be a big difference. Just like when he comes in, instant offense down the right side, is able to provide wide runs and track back defensively, hold up the ball, things like that. Things that Muda doesn't do. Muda needs to be a rotational piece at best. I'd slot him behind Lujan as a right back option and have him deep on the bench and not brought out unless you absolutely uh, have to. Yeah, it's I don't know what the deal is there. It's really head scratching. I know there's a lot of people who feel the same. A lot of people clamor and harp on for Frey to come on, Frey to start. Everyone sees it. As a sporting director that Oyos was, I don't know how he doesn't see this. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who's better. You just watch one game tape of each player this year, and it stands out. It's that simple. Uh, but these two games, really showcased how poor Mura is, both on the left and on the right. When you're playing that style of football, specifically attacking through your flanks, and you want your wing backs up and your fullbacks up, you need to provide quality service. And there was one play where Messi slots in the ball. He tries to take a shot to the far left post, and he absolutely whiffs and does nothing. He plays it wide and go over the bar, over everything, and it's just kind of, what are you doing? Can't get a good cross in. So it's really frustrating. I hope so. This changes going forward. But it didn't. Next we had Ross Salt Lake, a team that's really, really tough at home. A team that's up there in the Western Conference on the road. Never going to be easy. Diego Luna, star stud um, in the making. Kid's got all the talent in the world, vying for a spot in that World Cup roster. So, going against Messi, number 10 versus number 10, who's going to show up? Luckily, Inter Miami weren't down 1-0 early. As Real Salt Lake got a go-ahead goal, but was ruled off for offside by the slightest margin. Things like that can't happen. We have to be first to the second ball of parries, rebounded shots. We have to have a sense of urgency while playing away. But then the game kind of settled down for Inter Miami, here and there, trying to find passages of play. The three back was kind of working. Noah Allen was playing fairly well. And down that left side, when there's no Reguilon and we're gonna play a 5 back and have him play as a wide left midfielder as a wing back, he showed that he can play there, has that quality. Was confident in his runs, was confident going forward, tracking back. I wish I could say the same thing about the right back. It's not. I can't unless you have Ian Frey there. That style on the right side will not work. Then you bring back Allende for the Real Salt Lake game. Allende's really struggled. Hasn't really found his rhythm. He's a player that if you ask him to take a player one-on-one technically, it's not going to work. If you ask him to make a diagonal run, make a run over the top, yes, it's going to work. Hold up the play, yes, it's going to work. So in terms of the goal scoring, not there, but making diagonal runs, dragging defenders, yes, he was doing all that. And this was a game that, Inter Miami felt very comfortable, and there was a goal to be had, especially with Bertarame really playing as a target forward and playing on the ball and then moving out left. Segovia having freedom in the middle to create and really putting numbers in the midfield and allowing Messi and Bertarame, Allende, DePaul to press and try to create turnovers. We had a golden opportunity. Bertarame had a golden opportunity there towards the 70th minute, around there, I would say. Messi drags the ball in between two defenders, left foot, right foot, lays it off to him, and he tries to pick out far right corner off by the slightest margin. Those are just the frustrating ones, especially for a striker. Yeah, he wants to have it. It's a goal that it's almost a give me. But it doesn't go in. So, you're going in. You don't want to lose a point here. So I felt the back line really stepped up this game. And I'll speak on the back line just a bit before we get into the dying embers of the game. The back line really showed up. Lujan, Falcon, Mikael, they really played a solid game. Falcon a better second half than a first half, I would say. Strong in the tackles. Mikael is strong in the tackles again. Recovering playing the right angles, recovering the ball. Everything that you want from a back three in order to recover the ball and play it to your playmakers. That's what you want. You don't want any space in behind, and if there's space in behind, it's covered by another center back, and you recover to their spot in their space. The 3-5-2 did look better than that 4-4-2, and if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. It's a look that I didn't like in the past, but if it's the look that we got against Salt Lake going forward, I'm all for it. Just make that change at the right back position. And you probably have Messi and Bertarame up top. You can play some, with Allende or you can play with DePaul and Segovia there in the midfield. But a solid second half from the back three there. A clean sheet for Dane St. Clair. Credit to the whole unit. And then how we score, how we win. Off a corner, DePaul takes it on the touch, takes a touch out to his right, curls it, absolute beauty with pace and power. Back corner, far corner of the goal. Cabral gets a hand on it, unable to keep it out though. Just a great shot. And that's what you want to see from a player like that, where hasn't shown his quality and what he can be, but he's able to provide a goal in a game that you want to have. You want to leave Salt Lake with 3 points. You feel like you deserve to leave that game with 3 points, and they did. As the next goal is 2 or 3 minutes after that, in the 88th minute, 85th minute, I want to say, um, around that time. It's a long ball up to Bentarame, who wins the first ball, uh, recovers the second ball off the rebound, off the header from the Salt Lake defender, plays it to Suarez. Suarez plays it back to Bentarame. Bentarame back to Suarez. And Suarez on on a volley with his weak foot, right corner, right side of the goal. Absolute beauty. And he's the super sub comes through. This is his role now. This is exactly what he's fitted to do. Right, you come on, you bring on even though he's up there in age and the knees really don't move the way they, you want them to. He still provides that quality in front of the net and in the 18. So you find him, and he's able to find you a 2-goal lead, and you're able to hold on for a full 3 points. And 2 games on the road, 2 very good opponents, 6 points. You come back home, and you look to win your first game at the new stadium on Saturday. It's what it is. It You got to build this confidence. You got to build off these 2 games. The positives from these 2 games you put into this game plan for the New England game. Whatever was negative, you work on playing out of the back, playing through the middle, finding the runners, working on the ball, releasing the ball quick enough to find the playmaker Messi, quick enough to find the run of whoever's playing on the right, whoever's playing on the left. But Bentarame having that, getting that, trying to get that confidence in front of net. Little things like that start building up, the chemistry on this team, because it's there. It just needs to be a full team effort to get that first win. And, I think they all want it. It's weighing on their shoulders for sure. You draw 2 games, a game in the Red Bulls that you could have had if it wasn't for a couple of defensive, hiccups there. And could be a different story, but here we are. Carlos Hill comes into, new stadium, but Inter Miami will be waiting, and I'm sure it'll be a game that all these guys are gonna be up for. As Byron, is trying to figure out what is he's doing with his connection. He's probably listening to me and having no idea what I'm saying, because I don't know if you can hear me. Sean, I'm curious. What'd you see in the 3-5-2 that you liked, that you would continue playing? If you want to answer it, just type it in the chat and I'll discuss it with you, and we can go back and forth. The stadium curse, a 2-2 draw. Now, man, I gotta break that curse somehow. Wear a different jersey. That aqua one's not working. Yeah. Definitely, you definitely want to clog up the midfield and make it tough for teams to play through the middle, and have them play out wide, where and vice versa, as more players for Messi to play off of, multiple players for him to receive the ball from, multiple players to make a run after they pass. It creates little triangular games and little passing connections with more players, and gets the defense in and out of space. And you're able to, draw maybe a center back into the midfield and play the ball over them with a diagonal run from a striker or from a midfielder. So yeah, I definitely agree. I do agree with the 3-5-2. We'll see how it plays out on Saturday, because I definitely believe that it'll be a mainstay, given how it worked against and how well the team played against Salt Lake. I think it'll be something to look forward to, as the season goes on, and how they game plan with it, and how they adapt to it, and how teams adapt to it, and how Inter Miami play out of it. Hmm. Oh, Byron's trying to. Let's see. Byron, can you hear me? Or are you still coming out? Is it still coming out choppy?
For some reason my connection sound you sound like a robot.
Really? I'll plug in my mic and unplug it. Let me see.
I don't think it's you because Sean says you're coming in fine. I genuinely think it's just my connection right now.
I can hear you fine. I don't know if you can hear me.
No, it's a little bit better now. The wonders of live podcasting. It's great. I mean, I've been trying a conversation here and there. Sounds like my god, I forgot what that music was. Yeah, it might just be my connection. It could just be that my computer probably needs to be restarted. It's been on since the 1930s. I haven't really restarted it, so it could absolutely be me. Because it appears you're fine, but you freeze a lot on my end, so
Hmm.
it's probably me. Um,
I can hear you perfectly fine. You're not coming out choppy or anything.
yeah, like
Interesting.
I can barely understand you. So
Hmm.
I don't have a derailment today. We
Oh
were
man,
kind of thinking of doing a
you're
condensed show anyway. Um, I don't know if you're finished with with the analysis and stuff.
uh I am.
Okay, that's
I
perfect.
mean, I've
Communicating
been,
via the private chat is
Sean. I don't
much better
know.
right
I
now.
don't know what he's gonna do. I don't think I'll be on for the watch party or for the Dolphins. I'd rather just I do some studying and watch it. Um, I'm surprised you're not derailing me today. It sucks that you're having audio issues because I was looking forward to it. But yeah, I want to go back, Sean. I was really impressed with Lucas Harrington, man. Suit, I was very, very impressed with his game. He had an absolute stellar performance uh, for Colorado. I thought, you know, he was an absolute baller uh, for them. I'm looking at his stats now. One tackle, four clearances, three headed clearances, seven recoveries. Was not dribbled past. 2 out of 3 ground duels won 5 out of 6 aerial duels. Had an assist. Uh, you know, can he be the starter for Australia in the World Cup? Um, I think he might be that starter for Australia. Um, he does have qualities of a DM. He does. He does have qualities of a DM. And I could definitely see him slotting into that position at some point. He's a very good ball playing center back and advancing the ball and creating space. And then does Tottenham lose to Wolves? I think they draw. Um, I think it'll be a draw. Is a loss an automatic relegation for them? Like, are they automatically getting relegated if they lose? I'm not sure. Draw sends them down. I can look at their points real quick. As Liverpool are still trying to fight for a Champions League spot, I doubt they get one. Fixtures, what do they have left? They got Tottenham, they've got Villa, they've got Leeds, Chelsea, and Everton. It's definitely not an easy remaining 5 remaining games for them. it's very hard for me to call out a win anywhere here for them. These all look like draws and losses, to be honest. Um, they're at what are they sitting at here? Sitting at 33 point. No, where are they? 31 points. Ooh, West Ham is there with 33. Huh. I don't think a draw is automatic relegation. It all comes down to West Ham, what they do. Who does West Ham have left? They've got Everton, Brentford, Arsenal, Newcastle, Leeds. So it's tough for both teams. It's definitely tough. But right now, West Ham have the edge. It's really it's gonna suck for Tottenham if they do end up going down. It is that's what English football is. That's what the Prem is. Lampard is taking Coventry City back to the Premiership. After taking over, and they were just a really poor side, and anything can happen. And then you have Leicester City going to League 3 or Division, the third tier of English football, or League 1, I believe it is. It's crazy, Tottenham sitting with a negative 11 goal differential with 31 points on 33 games. It's poor. They just had a very poor season. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm not a Tottenham fan. If you're a Tottenham fan, Godspeed. Hold on tight. Sad story in Tottenham or sad story in Leicester from 10 years ago winning the Prem to relegation from the Prem, relegation from the Championship. A Leicester story, sucks. And Tottenham sucks. It's just weird how crazy it is, how football. And then you have Arsenal bottling the league in April. Just your yearly event, one would say. Arsenal can never hold on. Big boys. City come into play, and Cherky does whatever he wants. Haaland puts in the goal. That Haaland versus Gabriel is always a fun rivalry to watch. If you're a footballing fan, it gets better with every game, honestly. But yeah, that's what football is. It's exciting. It's sad. You have the highs. You have the lows. This year, for me, Liverpool's low. Just poor inconsistency, giving up the first goal in almost bunch of games. And not and then giving away points at the end with draws and losses and the dying embers of a game. Do you think City gets hit with a negative 60 point next year, or does it draw out even longer? I think it gets drawn out even longer, honestly. Somehow the Saudis are paying them. There's money being paid off somewhere there to draw this out even longer, I believe. For football and soccer entities are corrupt and and things like that. I don't think anything's gonna happen next year. We'll see how long they can draw it off for. So they're gonna continue to do buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. If they start next year with a negative 60, they're gonna have to go pretty much invincible in their next in their games and pull out something. Which would be funny. It'd be a sight to see what that team does if they're negative 60 points to start. But yeah, kind of an abbreviated show today with Byron, having technical difficulties. But I think we covered all the main points. With Inter Miami having 2 big wins on the road, the 3-5-2 coming into play, more possession coming into play in that Salt Lake game. A really tale of 2 games and how they played and how both oppositions played. Inter Miami, Colorado really came out and tried to press them and try to condense them and play out of the back really long. Salt Lake, here and there with a counter press and pressing. Miami were able to handle it. Miami but got the best of them and got 2 goals and really made a focus on man marking Diego Luna in the midfield with stepping up with center backs and having coverage behind them. Thought it was a very good defensive game plan that game. So credit to Hoyos and the team, and we'll see if it can be replicated on Saturday. For me, for Byron, you guys know where to find us. I'm on Twitter. I'm on X. I'm tweeting every game. I go to every Inter Miami game. I love. Yeah, he does go first. Mendoza is going first tonight. Local Columbus Adelante graduate brother of mine, as as all the Columbus people say, fellow brother. Yeah, he'll go number 1 to the Raiders. After that, you're looking at, Arvel Reese, Sonny Styles, a couple of those guys, something big. Bain probably going the top 7. Maui Noah, and we'll see what the Dolphins get. It'll be interesting what this new regime goes with. And it all starts tonight. You got 2 picks in the first round that make it count. So we'll be back.